Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news after losing full power to some of its key engines, the US economy is in serious trouble and losing altitude quickly now. American jobless claims have now risen past 41 million in the past 10 weeks, after adding another 2.1 million last week. The weekly additions may be declining, but still, the backlog may be leaving many uncounted. And US durable goods order levels are still crashing lower. In March they fell 16.6% month on month, and in April they were down 17.2% on that basis. That leaves them an eye-watering 29% lower than the same month a year ago. Capital goods orders are down 27% on that basis. There's never been anything quite like these sorts of falls of American durable goods production, ever. Things were declining in March before the April freefall. US GDP fell 5% in the first quarter of 2020 after rising 2.1% in the fourth quarter of the previous year. That is a huge change, and April data isn't included yet. To get an idea of what the second quarter of 2020 will look like, the Atlanta Fed's GDP Now estimate says it will be down at a rate of 40%. Again, a collapse of this level is unprecedented. This is a world-scale global economic shock. With the global economic engine stuttering, it's no surprise that international trade is faltering. Compared with the fourth quarter of 2019, exports fell by 4.3% and imports fell by 3.9% in the first quarter of 2020. And they now stand at their lowest levels since the second quarter of 2017. Early indications for April point to more precipitous falls in the second quarter, with Korean and Japanese exports, for example, falling 22% and 11% respectively. It is hard to see May or June levels returning to anything but lower levels than a year ago. In China, they're ignoring US threats and have passed their opaque Hong Kong security law extensions. At the same time, China launched $900 billion of new stimulus, describing it as their largest ever economic rescue package. We are providing water so the fish can survive, the Chinese premier said. US Treasury 10-year yield is back up 3 basis points today to 0.70%. The gold price is basically unchanged again today, up $2 to $1,715 an ounce. And oil prices are back up today by about $1. US crude price is now just under $34 a barrel, and the Brent price is just on $35.50 a barrel. However, American inventories of crude oil leapt unexpectedly last week, and this data will be reflected in these prices soon. And the Kiwi dollar has firmed again overnight. We're now just over 62.2 US cents. On the cross rates, we're a little changed at 93.4 Australian cents. And against the euro, we're also similar at 56.1 euro cents. That means our trade weighted index is now at 67.7. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.